Week 4 recap. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's King Andy here, and today's we're going to recap Week 4 of the Clash Cup. So, Week 4 was definitely not that exciting in my opinion. There were some good matches, but the results weren't too interesting. Basically, they were all sweeps. Sweeps, I mean like set sweeps. So like no team went to King of the Hill. But it was overall, I'd say a solid week. So first up, we had the legendary Hog Raiders go up against the Golden Goblins, and the 2v2 was forfeited by legendary Hog Raiders. Basically, Ace and Titan, Jazzy Jazz, and Mr. Hog were the 4 people that were playing 2v2. So Legendary Hog sent out Jazzy Jazz and Mr. Hog for 2v2, and they banned Lava Hound. And Golden Goblins sent out Ace and Titan, and they banned Magic Archer. Basically, what happened was that they scheduled the match at like 8:30, or actually no, just 8 p.m. EST. But then Ace and Titan showed up, but Jazzy Jazz and Mr. Hog, well, Jazzy Jazz showed up, but Mr. Hog didn't. Basically, how the rules are is that if people from both teams agree to a certain time and they don't show up for the match, then they forfeit. So like, say Mr. Hog didn't agree to play at 8, then they wouldn't have forfeited. But since everyone agreed and Mr. Hog didn't show up, that counts as a forfeit. So usually they have like 30 minutes to show up, and if they don't show up after 30 minutes, then we count it as a forfeit. Also, El Toshiba had the option to send out a sub, but no one responded to his message. That's what he told me, at least. So, unfortunately, Legendary Hog Raiders forfeited that set, which means that Golden Goblins take the 2v2 set. So for 1v1, it was El Toshiba versus Surgical Goblin. The bans were, El Toshiba banned Lava Hound, and Surgical Goblin banned Expo. Their matches were, first, Surgical used like a giant skeleton balloon deck. It was interesting. I actually kind of like it. It had like Goblin Cage, Ice Wizard. It was like a control deck with giant skeleton, and the balloon is the win condition. It also had Miner in it. And El Toshiba used P.E.K.K.A. It was like a P.E.K.K.A. control deck. And for the second match, Surge won the first match, and then for the second match, El Toshiba used a giant, a Cannon Cart Graveyard deck, like the classic Splash Yard with Cannon Cart, and Surgical used the same deck again. And Surge won that game as well, so that meant that Golden Goblins defeats Legendary Hog Raiders 2-0 in sets. And this means that Legendary Hog Raiders are now officially eliminated from playoffs. They just don't have, even though they have like a 2-2 record, they're still out of playoffs because they don't have enough sets won. They got swept by Funny Bones, and they got swept by Golden Goblins. They just don't have enough sets won to make playoffs. Golden Goblins, however, have secured a spot. They secured their spot in playoffs. So congratulations to them. They can still actually get first if a Funny Bones loses next week, but Golden Goblins have officially claimed the playoff spot. King of the Hill wasn't played, so I'm not going to go over the lineups for that. Next match was Elixir Holics versus Funny Bones. Basically, 2v2 was Drex and Griffin Sword, and they banned Poison for 1v1. Funny Bones sent out Angel and Iceman, and the ban is Royal Giant. So this match, it was kind of close. It was, I'd say, Angel and Iceman lost the first game to Drex and Griffin. Basically, I think they were using like Elixir Holics was using like a Mega Knight P.E.K.K.A. deck with an Am Rider. And then Iceman was using, Angel was using a bait deck. Iceman had like a Mega Knight deck as well. Then for game number 2, I believe Iceman went with his Golem deck, and Angel just went with his classic bait deck with Rocket, Inferno Tower. Drex and Griffin Sword, I believe, used the same deck. And then for game number 3, Elixir Holics won the first game, and Funny Bones won the second game. And then for the last game, Iceman and Angel stuck with the same deck, and Drex and Griffin Sword used a balloon deck. was like a Loon Cycle deck. It was really interesting. But for Funny Bones, fortunately for Funny Bones, they were able to win the 2v2 set. So for 1v1, it was Jelly for for Elixirholics, and he banned P.E.K.K.A. For Funny Bones, they sent out Chillin' Jesus for 1v1, and he banned Wizard. So game number 1 was fairly interesting. Jelly used both of the banned cards. He used P.E.K.K.A. and Wizard in his deck, so that was an automatic win for CJ. So yeah, I don't know what Jelly, maybe he didn't look at the bans or something, but that was just, yeah. So for the second match, I forgot what deck Jelly used. Yeah, I forgot what both of them used. I didn't see this match, but I just know the results. But yes, Chillin' Jesus basically won the set 2-1, I believe. Yeah. So which means that Funny Bones didn't need to go to King of the Hill against Elixirholics. So Funny Bones defeats Elixirholics 2-0. Let's go to the final match, which was Galactic Golems versus Demonized Dragons. So for the 2v2, it was Super Chewy and Zimster, and they banned P.E.K.K.A. For Demonized Dragons. They sent out Big Daddy, and well, I sent out Big Daddy and No Strep for 2v2, and we banned Royal Giant. The reason for that is we had a feeling that they were going to put Zimster in 2v2, and like that's the only deck he knows how to play, so I figured a Royal Giant would be a great ban, and it ended up paying off. Plus the Galactic Golems banning P.E.K.K.A. knew that they were planning to use RG, so we're glad we took RG off the table. Basically game 1, they just outplayed us. No Strep and Big Daddy it was really hard to for them. You're actually seeing it on the screen right now from Zimster's point of view. We actually got destroyed in the first match, but then for the second match, we got so lucky, like literally lucky. Zimster had a zap. It was like at the end of the match, Zimster had a zap, but instead of zapping the tower, it was sudden death, guys. It was sudden death. He had a zap in his hand. All he needed to do was zap the tower, and they would have won. But instead, he zapped No Strep and Big Daddy's troops coming down the lane. But like the zap, like it stunned them, but it didn't do anything, and we took the tower. The mini P.E.K.K.A. just like hit the tower, and and we won that get match. That was intense. Like I honestly didn't think we were gonna win that one, but we got really lucky. So yeah, the zap was definitely the misplay there. And then we go to game number 3. It was not as close as game number 2, but obviously I told Big Daddy and No Strep to use Golem. Well, Big Daddy was using Golem and No Strep was supporting. They actually used the same deck for all 3 games, by the way. And yeah, as well as Galactic Golem. Chewy ran a bait deck and Zim ran a giant lumberjack miner deck. It was a weird giant deck. But yeah, we were able to win game number 3 as well. Basically, in double elixir, Big Daddy and No Strep built up a big golem push. And Zim didn't have enough elixir from Inferno Tower or anything to defend it, so... On the screen right now, you're seeing the first match, I think. I think this is the first match you're seeing on the screen right now. But yeah, you can see that we just got destroyed. But anyway, so my team ended up taking the 2v2 set. Then for 1v1, for Galactic Golems, they sent out Leo Alfred, and they banned P.E.K.K.A. And for my team, I sent out myself, and I banned Miner. I thought Chewy was going to be playing in 1v1, and he likes to play Lava Hound Miner. But, so I decided to ban Miner. He also likes to play Giant Miner, so I thought Miner was a pretty good ban against him. But, they sent out Leo Alfred. Oh, I'm sorry, Thick Alfred. And then, our matches were pretty close. Well, first game at least. He was playing a Mega Knight Expo deck. I had no idea he had Expo until like the last minute or so. That's when he dropped it, of course. But yeah, he got an Expo lock on my tower to take out half of my tower's HP. Honestly, he was panicking there. I was using 2.6. You're seeing it on the screen right now. I was just trying to figure out what he was playing at the beginning. It was really interesting. The last card I thought he was used was Expo. Like, I honestly didn't expect he would use Expo. I thought he would use some sort of Golem deck. But I decided to use 2.6 because I don't know, it's fun to play. And like I feel like I could beat Golem if he used it, so he ended up using Mega Knight Expo, which I don't know who has the matchup. I mean, I guess he has the matchup, honestly. Just because he has Tesla and Mega Knight, and plus Expo usually does well against 2.6 anyway, so I'd say he had a matchup in this one. But game number 2, I was using 2.9, and then he was using Golem Sparky. I want to say, yeah, he definitely used Golem Sparky. You'll see it after this match. I guess I won't talk about the results until I show the matches, because I do have the Alfred versus me, so I guess I'll just commentate on these matches in the meantime. So right here, decided to I knew that he had a Mega Knight, so I didn't want to like go too aggressively with the Hog. He said to cycle a Mega Knight in the back, so I decided to go Hog opposite lane, because that's what you want to do. You want to split their elixir. Even if you have more tower damage on one lane, you can always switch it up to make them force out to make them spend elixir. Yeah, there he goes with his Expo. I had no idea he had an Expo, so I just fireballed and logged the Expo. But unfortunately, he was able to get a lock right here, and it does a lot of damage. But my Musketeer does connect to the tower, and I go Hog right here. He goes Mega Knight on the left lane, which is really interesting, and I think that's what won me in the game. He should have saved his Mega Knight instead of dropping it aggressively. So I just fireball, log. That was game number 1. Game number 2 was really different. I just had to use 2.9, and he used Golem Sparky, like I said earlier. But what I thought he was gonna do here was oh, sorry, I didn't record this. Zimster recorded this for me, so I don't know like what he did. So yeah, I don't even know. Okay, wait. Yeah, so I drop skeletons in the back, drop an ice golem in the back. Basically, with 2.9, you never want to drop archers in the back as your first play, because if you go up against like a lava hound deck, you're basically screwed because you need your archers. Same thing goes with graveyard. You just don't want to split archers. That's something I learned from like watching like Dan Gannon play and Crafter. They never split archers in the back. Like I used to do that, but then I found myself losing to lava hound decks, so that's why I never do it anymore. Basically, you just want to split like your cycle cards. You either want to cycle logs, cycle ice spirits at the bridge, put skeletons in the back, or cycle ice golem in the back. But ice golem, you need to know what decks they're playing first. Otherwise, ice golem is a risky card to drop in the back. So right here, instead of punishing opposite lane, I just drop a defensive expo, because I don't like to punish Sparky decks if they drop it in the back, because they can just ignore the expo and go with the giant. Like I knew Alfred had a golem, but just to be safe, I didn't want to go expo opposite lane and then him dropping a giant in my face. So I'm just playing it slow here. I like to defend before attacking. If that makes sense. So right here, he goes with another Sparky in the back, and again I go with the defensive expo. Don't need to go aggressive for no reason. Especially in single elixir. In double elixir, I'll definitely punish the Sparky dropped in the back, but in single elixir, I'll play defensive expo. Here he drops a golem at the bridge. I just go defensive Tesla. I take a blast from using skeletons, and I use archers to kill the Sparky. He tornadoes everything. The ice golem death damage killed the Sparky. Thankfully. Over here I dropped my Tesla because I had nothing else. Right now I decided to go with an offensive expo because there's no way he would have enough elixir for a golem, and the expo connects to the tower. Skeletons to distract, ice golem in front. Right here I was kind of worried because I didn't have anything besides archers to counter the expo, so I had to cycle as fast as I can. He goes with a really nice NATO right there, which allowed a Sparky to get some damage on my tower, I think. Valkyrie's gonna get some damage. he goes with he goes with a Sparky. I decide to go with my X-Bow. Ice Golem to block, Tesla to kill the Valk. I end up fireballing here. Then the Mega Minion dies. Sparky's gonna die as well. He tornadoes everything. Yeah, and I get an X-Bow lock. He zaps, but I can just cycle back to another X-Bow. And he drops a Sparky at the bridge. I'm just gonna log and throw archers down. Skeletons were kind of wasted, but it's whatever. Yeah, X-Bow is just gonna connect to the tower, and then yeah, I take the win. So yeah, I swept Alfred 2-0. So here are the standings. The Funny Bones are currently in first place with a 3-1 record and with 9 sets won. Demonized Dragons and Golden Goblins are also at 3-1 with 8 sets won. However, Demonized Dragons have more games won, so that's why they're ahead of Golden Goblins. The top 3 teams have all clinched a playoff spot. So, but any team can still get first place by the end of the season. Getting first place by the end of the season will send your team directly to the finals in the playoffs. So the second place team will face the third place team, and then the winner of that match will face the first place team, and that match is basically the championship match. So getting first place is huge. Legendary Hog Raiders are at a 2-2 record, and they're officially eliminated from playoffs because they don't have enough sets won. Elixir Hollows and Galactic Golems are also eliminated from playoffs. So those 3 teams are going to be playing spoiler, whereas the top 3 teams are going to be playing for that first place match. So first place spot, I mean. So it's still going to be a good week. So here are the matchups for week 5, which is the final week of the round robin. We start off with Elixir Hollows versus Legendary Hog Raiders. Both teams are eliminated from playoffs, so this match isn't really affect the standings too much, but it does determine which team ends up in 4th and 5th, so I guess it's something to fight for. Demonized Dragons versus Golden Goblins is next. This match is not that important, but the winner of this match will have a chance to get first if Funny Bones loses. So if Funny Bones loses, then the winner of Demonized Dragons versus Golden Goblins will get first, but if Funny Bones wins, then this match doesn't really matter what the results are. And finally, Galactic Golems versus Funny Bones. Like I said, if Funny Bones defeats Galactic Golems, then they clinch first. But if they lose to Galactic Golems, then it opens the door for Demonized Dragons or Golden Goblins to take first. So Galactic Golems have a huge spoiler. Stay tuned on this channel to find out what happens.